Welcome to the Valley Up podcast, where we celebrate the heart and soul of football in the Rio Grande Valley. In this episode, we sit down with UTRGV football stars Ali Aparicio and Joe Derek Vecchio. We discuss growing up playing ball together, what it's like to go viral, and what it takes to play Division I football. Brought to you by the law office of Daniel Gonzalez. We're bringing you the stories that shape the future of football in the Valley.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at the Valley Up podcast. I'm your host, Isaac Serna, and I'm here with two very special guests from the UTRGV Vaquero football team. We have Ali Aparicio and Joe Derek Vecchio. Welcome, guys.
Glad to be here.
Gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of jump right into it. Kind of tell us about, how long you guys have been playing together, even since, way back when, and talk about the chemistry, right, that it's been built between, not just as teammates, but as quarterback and center.
Yeah, we started off early. We ended up all planning to go to the same middle school so we could continue playing together. So through all these years, Ali's always been the quarterback, and I've always felt really comfortable. Never had to worry about me snapping bad or nothing, because we just had good chemistry like that. You know what I mean? So that chemistry, it really helped on the field and out the field.
Picking up off what he said, the chemistry of, not having to worry about bad snaps. Pretty much everything on the field, I was able to adjust to, because I knew if he was lined up on this side, his snap was going this way. So, like you said, just playing with each other for a long time.
Kind of dive into when you guys were in middle school, you guys were dominating. Talking about putting up 50, 60 points a game. When you guys moved on to freshman year, did you feel it was going to be tough having to prove yourself, not only to the coaches, but the teammates, that you guys had, the talent that, could help out for that team?
Yeah, we had a lot of, I guess you could say hype coming into high school. So obviously they'd be these little kids, are they even really that good? You know what I mean? So obviously freshman year we had to come in and prove ourselves. Prove ourselves every year, right? But our freshman year, not that it was tough, right? But we were just 14, 15 years old, trying to prove ourselves to all these 18-year-old, I guess you say, man. So, yeah.
It was a challenge, but we took it as an opportunity, and an opportunity to show others that we could, run through any obstacle that really comes in front of us. And a bigger one at the time was COVID. Our freshman year, when it hit, we knew the team wasn't going to be as big, and we couldn't miss out on any little opportunity that we got to prove ourselves.
Do you feel like it's repeating the process now that you guys are freshmen? At UTRGV, there's players that are coming from, all over Texas now. And is it the same process for you guys having to prove?
Well, yes and no, because the thing is with UTRGV, we're coming in with, usually when you move up to the next level, there's all these seniors and older guys. When UTRGV, it's mostly freshmen. There's a couple of JUCOs and a couple older guys, but it's mainly all freshmen. So with that being said, we have a lot more opportunities compared to being a freshman in high school.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So we get more reps and things like that.
So has it always kind of been about, motivating each other, or, was it always self-motivated and you guys found yourself having to get others motivated to kind of, up their game?
Definitely self-motivation allows us to, also help motivate others, bringing us out our comfort zone, especially taking this big next step into the Division I college football level. And I think us being together for a while and jumping into this together is really going to help us, not only keep that chemistry, but help each other and build off each other as we go on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and college football's hard, but it makes it a lot harder when you're going away from home. You don't know anybody, but with the opportunity that we have here, we're staying home, and we not only know a couple other players that we played in high school with, but from other high schools in the valley that we know. So it's a lot easier coming into a college program with people that you already kind of know.
So, today, what would you tell, high school players? What would you tell your brother, guys that they want to take that next step to the next level and play for a college team?
I think a big thing is to put in all your time and effort into what you really love. And someone that wants to play at a big level, I think should put all their time into sports, school, and just getting all that extra training or extra treatment or recovery so you could have a healthy body and a healthy mind. So when you get onto the field, it all just clicks and you're ready to go.
Yeah, honestly, it's all mental. We're already in the valley. We're smarter than everybody. We're going to be doubted and overlooked. But if you set your mind to it, it sounds cliche. You set your mind to it, you can do anything. But honestly, it's really true. And just as long as you cut out all the BS in high school, you could not that it's free and you could do whatever you want, right? But in college, it's a lot more strict. There's nobody like on your neck. You really have to you have to be accountable for yourself and be responsible. So I'll say start building up those habits now.
So take us through, that first day, I guess first practice, right? Or even the first day when they're issuing out the equipment, right? You get that Vaquero helmet, you get that practice jersey. What expectations did you guys have set for yourselves? And what kind of surprises did you feel like you kind of encountered, along the way? Especially, coming from powerhouse at PSJA North, right? And now you're coming to the UTRGV where you're basically going to build a program from scratch.
Definitely a big switch from high school and UTRGV, I'd say, would be the offense we run. The offense we run here, it's pretty open, pretty spread out. Everyone gets a chance at touching the ball, making their plays. And then, like you said, getting that equipment in the beginning, it was just we were all eager to, have the equipment, get it, put it on, and just get on the field. But there were baby steps to it before putting on the equipment and just going straight to football.
Was it going to be one of those situations? Well, I didn't even let you answer on that one, but what was it like?
The first day, I knew I had something to prove. I was just really locked in on trying to prove myself, not only to prove to the coaches or whatever that I could do it, that I could excel, but just to myself that I could hang, and not only hang but excel, like I said.
When you're in high school, you're allowed 8 hours a week, and they kind of spread it out 2 hours a day. But for college, you can get up to 20 hours. So what's it like as far as like the practice schedule? How many sessions you guys have to go through?
There's a few. I'd say we start pretty early. We're there at the facility by like 6:15, 6:30. And then we'll have team meetings around 6:57. And then we'll jump into the weight room. We will get into our meetings, our position meetings, and discuss about what happened the day before at practice and then what we're going to run through the day. We go out to the field after that. We come in, go to class, and then if those who can get extra work, they come in for an extra lift. Those who need treatment can come in for treatment. Those who need film come in to watch film, stuff like that. It's a lot that goes on throughout the day as a college athlete.
So it's kind of like there's never really a slow part, or the day just kind of moves, one thing to the next, huh?
Yeah, it is, but honestly, it's not like too bad because we don't have anybody to play yet. So right now we're just really focused on ourselves. Everything's more detail oriented about developing. We're not worried about so and so runs this and this. We need to prepare this week for that and that, So honestly, it's just a lot of work, a lot of mental reps, especially coming in after to watch film and go over just the tiny, minute details and prepare for the next day.
Who would you say, if there's any players, right? You could be past, present. Who do you feel like you try to model your games after?
I'll say Travis Kelce because we're like the same size and he was overlooked and they doubted him and he's like probably the best center of all time.
Or Jason Kelce.
Oh, I said Travis Kelce.
You said Travis.
Damn, he's not a real.
But you're just as athletic too.
Thanks.
In high school, as a quarterback, Lamar Jackson, he also was doubted at, like, nobody thought that he was able to play quarterback. A lot thought that he was either a receiver, slot receiver, or a running back. But in high school, when I played quarterback, I definitely try to play like him. And now that I play receiver, I have a smaller body. Someone like Tyreek Hill, I like to match my game to, be quick, find open spots.
What do you hope to accomplish, both on the field and off the field, while you're still, there at UTRGV?
Honestly, you just got to take it day by day. A lot of times we look in the future and say, I want this and this and this. But honestly, you never know what God has in store for you. And you just got to, like I said, take it day by day because right now we're just still trying to prove ourselves. We're not like, oh, this is my spot and I'm on the team, like for sure. You know what I mean? So we're just really just trying to prove ourselves and take it day by day.
Do you see yourself being able to do something to where you can kind of give back to the community or kind of, maybe you're going to influence other kids to kind of see what they can do to make sure that they're, taking the proper steps and even taking it seriously so that they can play at the next level?
I definitely want to, soon be able to guide other athletes, younger athletes, to make it to where they wanted to be one day. And that being because I had set my a standard for myself in high school. And the reason for that was my reason to playing here and staying here was to give back to everyone that supported me and hopefully even help other athletes, like I said, get farther where they want to in life.
Yeah, I remember being like a little kid, always looking up to older athletes, and that they were in high school, and I just thought like they were like the coolest person ever. Like, oh, I want to be like them. So now that I'm in their position, I guess you could say, like, I just want to be an example for the younger kids, regardless of what I do. You know, I just want to leave a mark for the younger generations.
You know, I remember the day that you guys showed up to those camps. You know, little kids. You know, I especially remember you because we were working with the offensive line. And it was amazing just to kind of see not only the passion, but the IQ. You know, we were throwing out all this type of verbiage at you guys. You picked it up quick. You were out there running, you know, the offense as a middle school kid, you know, helping out with the varsity kids, and you had picked up the verbiage. You knew all the formations, and you really didn't skip a beat, you know, when you were in there. And so that was pretty impressive. And so it's one of those that you kind of hope to see it in the younger generations, that they have that same passion, but also to kind of put in the work to kind of know the game, the mental parts of it, and master that part also.
I would a big thing with that was the mentors that I had at the time, the coaches that I had at the time. They were not that they were strict, but they wanted everything perfect, everything detailed, and the terminology we would use in football at the time was what we needed to, you know, to get to the next level. You know, those little words that let coaches know that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we took that into our book, and whenever we would hear it or whenever we needed to use it, we would display it.
Yeah, like I said, that really helped a lot because we were little kids getting treated like if we were already a varsity team, just because the amount of, I guess, not pressure, but the standard that they set for us at such a young age. It helped us when we got older. It wasn't such a shock. And we were always used to playing up and going against these teams that were bigger than us, and we would always compete and win. So when it came to high school, not that it wasn't easy, but it was easier to adjust.
Has kind of going back towards the UTRGV, has the schedule kind of like already been put in place for you guys as far as the games for next season?
We've seen a few teams. We've seen Sul Ross, we've seen Kingsville, and then for sure in a few years we should be seeing about UTSA, Texas State, teams like that. But right now we're really focused on, you know, building that team bond and making that chemistry, so when August 30th comes and we're ready to take the field, you know, we just get on the field and we go and come out with that victory on the first game.
Do you feel like, is it one of those where, you know, August 30th can't come soon enough, or do you feel like it's almost even right around the corner?
Yeah, it does feel right around the corner. Time really flies, especially in the football world, because the off season it goes by so fast. Like the season ends, you got winter workouts and spring ball, and then boom, it's summer. And summer, it's time to go, and then your fall camp. It goes by fast.
Yeah. So let's talk about, you know, these NIL deals, right? You guys are actually the first. It's pretty exciting, right? You guys are the first players in the Rio Grande Valley to actually sign NIL deals. You know, for us, it's exciting. For me, twofold, man, because, you know, it's players from PSJA North. That's, you know, where I played, but I also got to coach you guys for your first 2 years there, and so it's exciting to see, you know, this come about. So tell us a little bit about, you know, how it came about, you know, and kind of just, you know, go from there.
First off, we want to give a huge shout out, huge thank you to Steven and Daniel Gonzalez for, you know, giving us this opportunity and allowing us to sign this NIL contract with him. It was definitely a big step, another big step in our college career. And, you know, it's a good way of allowing not only ourselves, but him to brand out his attorney and let other people know that his attorney is the one to go with.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how it all aligns up, because Daniel, he also went to PSJA North, you know, so like it's just kind of crazy how it's such a small world and we all just like kind of connect in a way. But yeah, I remember getting a call from Ale about like, oh, some lawyer wants to da-da-da. I was kind of like, you know, but I was like, all right, whatever, I'll talk to him. And when I met him, it just felt really, really welcoming. And the way he talked to us and set everything down, it wasn't like it didn't feel so like, I don't know how to put it into words, but like I felt welcome to be there. I felt welcome to work with him.
A big thing that brought us together was the fact that we all went to PSJA North, and I feel like we all had that same little attributes, I guess, that kind of went hand in hand. For instance, we were on the football team, so was he at the time, and you know, just being an athlete from PSJA North, we're able to, you know, take opportunities from it.
I think especially throughout the time that you guys were there, the 4 years that you were there, you know, PSJA North football was always going viral. You know, they were always showing the highlights. You know, we would see you always scoring, giving your popular stare down to whoever was behind you. You went viral for your classic interview. I mean, how was that kind of like, you know, how has it helped you guys? What has it done for you guys?
Not only was it about going viral, but, you know, putting ourselves out there, letting others know that we are open to, you know, being on social media. Like I said, being in college and having these NIL deals, it's all about marketing and branding and how you could not only brand yourself, but other companies and, you know, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thankful to God, really, because I was just being myself, and all that happened. I was just being myself, trying to be a good football player to help my team win, and everything just kind of happened, and just one thing led to another, and I'm just really thankful for that, because it was really it wasn't me, it was out of my control, it was God, to be honest.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Valley Up Podcast, brought to you by attorney Daniel Gonzalez. We'll see you next time on the Valley Up Podcast.